Stay. Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is the first episode of Open Jar. I am your host, Jelly. Y'all can call me Jordan, but nah, everybody call me Jelly. Ain't that right, my man?
Yes, sir. My boy Jelly right there.
And today we have a special guest. It's my man Guy, Regionals, Mr. Regionals as we call him. But next year he will most definitely be Mr. National Champion. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Guy, give me a little bit of me about your background. How many years you been doing this and everything?
So I knew track and field all my life. I started 5th grade, made the team, and I stopped and did 7th, 8th grade. So I've been doing it for like I don't know how many years, but it's been long. It's been doing since 7th grade. That's a really long event. You can see I'm kind of nervous for this first podcast. It's on me. But my little backstory, I'm a hustler, competitor. Like to compete. Don't like school that much, but I do it so I can do track and field, be eligible. Yeah, I love the sport. I do high jump, and I'm a long jumper, so high jump, bar, long jumping with the sand, pit. Occasionally, like, go for runs, do work out. Yeah, that's a little bit of a story about me.
Alright. So, guys, Haitian, for y'all.
Yes, I'm also Haitian-American.
So, he has a lot about that. So, guys, tell us a little bit about your upbringing as a Haitian American and the parents, the household, the difference.
Well, there's major differences in how I was raised and how like other people were raised, but I mean, in every different ethnicity, that's like they raise their kids a different way. Like, some kids don't get whooped, some do. It's the way how they get disciplined. So, me, I got whooped a lot for being bad. I got whooped. I kind of just been misbehaving. Had whooped by my uncles and all. But growing up, it was kind of strict. I had strict parents. Couldn't really do much. Even wanting to play outside, that was kind of like a struggle. They basically tried to keep me in a bubble, and then I moved out. So this is like my 7th grade year. I was doing bad in my old school, middle school. I was getting suspended and all for fights. Got in trouble for that. Yeah, the bubble was back to back. And then my 7th through 12th grade, when I graduated high school, I was with my pastor. I was living with him, and then it's been a roller coaster from there. That's when I kind of found God a little bit, and I started, trying to grow my faith. And I did a couple of sports in high school. I did wrestling, I did football, and I did obviously track. And then I stopped playing football my junior year after I tore meniscus. I got my knee. Then I just kind of and then that kind of like forced me to stop playing, doing wrestling. And I just kept on like, all right, track is like all I got now, so I'm gonna just try to make it successful, something I can do. Also growing up, I've been around like a lot of my cousins, so I kind of grew up with my cousins a little bit too. I had people that care for me. I realized that. I had people that care for me.
Yeah, it's always a big thing having growing up as those role models, not even role models, those close to you that you really know that just truly have your best interests in mind at all times. Not really just theirs, but the one to see you do better, not only than them, but just everyone that has came before you. Just want to see you be the best out for anything you can do. So yeah, you said your parents were strict. How do you think that helped you as far as athletics? Did it instill anything into you as far as the?
Well, yes. My parents' strictness also came with I guess an opportunity to learn from them, and basically everything, just because they were so strict, I was more prepared. I feel like I'm more prepared for the real world. How that's gonna look like, because not everybody's gonna be like fair and all. But I think athletic wise, it just made me more disciplined. Like, even though they're strict, I was also like, I learned how to be like be disciplined, and I learned to just be coachable. And you know, those factors coaches will see that, and they're like, all right, he's coachable. He look like he got like parents that taught him the right way. You know, I'm not saying if your parents are not strict, they're not teaching. It's more like strict parents. They have like a certain requirement.
They prepare you for like the coaches like Nick Saban per se versus your everyday other coach, like the one that'll let you get away with it. You play football for Nick, you already know the guy.
Yeah, that man don't play games, you know. There's a lot of coaches that don't play no games like that, you know, but you know, it's how it is.
Yeah.
It just helped me like prepare, you know, just be alright. Mindset wise. Because I believe like your mindset gotta be correlating to what you do. So like athletic wise, you feel me? Just you gotta have a good mindset, be a good athlete.
Yeah, if you always thinking it's okay to, you know, frown or jack off or just joke, when it actually time to come for the big guns and you actually under that pressure, you're gonna fold because you ain't put yourself under it before.
That's true.
We've seen that happen with a lot of people. Just their first year coming in thinking they hot stuff because they was state champ a couple times, but they don't realize you're at the college level now. Like everybody's
a whole reset button right there.
Everybody's been a state champ probably, or at least been a state, and now everybody develops different. That's a whole another gene jump, especially for the men.
Right.
You already know, men every year it's a battle. Your spot ain't never guaranteed at the top.
Yeah, exactly. You can always be. I seen it like even just being at regionals this past weekend. I just seen like. I mean, it's regional. Some people are trying to qualify, but it's tough. Like I see number five in the nation. He just false started, and I was like, dang, he's out for the 100, but he made it up to the 200. So, but it happens, you know. Anybody else, it can be anybody's game. Like at the end of the day.
Some days it's just not your day. It's not meant for you.
Yeah.
You might be the better man overall, but were you the better man at that time? That's what it comes down to, really, in the game of track and field. We seen that with Sha'Carri, unfortunately, but now she on the comeback, and boy, she on y'all tail. Ooh, she on y'all like white on rice. Y'all better stop playing with her.
Nah, for real, I ain't gonna lie. She real quick.
But I'm glad you brought up regionals. So that was the next thing I really wanted to get into. How was that? How was that experience from I've never been as far as that athletic wise.
So regionals is we're talking about NCAA regionals. I go to Bethune-Cookman University, track and field.
You go?
We're gonna talk about that. But regionals is good. I feel like every time I went, regionals was just a new experience. You learn something new every day. You learn something new that you probably didn't know all season. And I feel like the opportunity to go regionals, that's a blessing. And because not everybody can go, you know, and not everybody can qualify for it to the first round. Regionals it was an experience. Like I see people get hurt. I can see like injury in track and field is real. Someone landed on their shoulder and dislocated their shoulder.
Oh, a high jump?
No, from Tennessee. He was hurtling.
High jump. Oh, hurt. Ooh.
Yeah,
which one? 400, 110.
110.
Oh yeah, that's the big ones. I already know.
Dislocated, bro. I mean, his legs are fine, but his shoulder is gone. It's crazy. But hope you get well though. What's it called? I learned to accept things. Like, so I was competing in high jump. And I was, it was my day. I feel like it was my day. Warm up was good. I was feeling bouncy. And, you know, when you feel like when a jumper feels bouncy, that means he's gonna have a good day. Basically, we came into basically, I'm clearing all my heights, 6'6". The bar starts at 6'6", and it goes higher. So it goes from 6'6" to 6'8", 6'10", 6, and then
increasing 2 inches every time it's
Right.
eliminated.
Yeah. So I was doing my first jump, cleared it. Second jump, cleared. But it's a long event. The conditions of regionals were not the best. I promise you.
Yeah, I seen y'all had some crazy wins.
Crazy.
I seen, what was it, like 2.3 or 2.2?
Man, they went all the way up to like 5.5.
Oh, that's terrible for pole vault for sure, or high jump.
Pole vault, high jump.
Long. What was it? What was it?
Does affect the long jumpers too, because they gotta try to run in that.
Was it a tailwind or was it a side gust?
It was like it was both.
Oh God,
It was both. Not simultaneously, but like it was bad.
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, if you want to win, you want it straight up and down, north and south. When they start going every which way and blowing you off your rocker, the blocks, even coming out the blocks, is terrible.
Crazy. But I think it was mostly a tailwind. People were surrounding, but what's it called? Yeah. So the bar literally, someone cleared the bar, and then the bar just fell. We just knew something was gonna be up. So that had to force for the refs, officials, we call them officials, to hold the high jump bar while you jump. Cool. So that's an obstacle, just you having somebody else in your mind, like you can see somebody else in your corner while you about to jump. Didn't bother me. It didn't really bother me. It's just, I kind of like, cause they're gonna let go at the very last second as soon as you make your jump. It was just different, and it was really a lot of wind. So as soon as I would start running, you could feel that wind trying to pick up. Like you will try to go where there's like the wind is kind of less, and it's like, or you don't feel no wind, but it just kept picking up every time I had to go. And we attempted 6'10", and I almost cleared it. Boom. I kind of clicked it with my thigh a little bit, and the bar fell, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll take pictures.
This is cool.
Okay.
Pretty good. It's just that one. Them two still go. How you use that? We'll talk about that.
Let's talk about that later. All right. And then it's my second attempt. I'm not nervous. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right. For you to make it out of nationals, you want to like have at least like no scratches. At least like no scratches before you hurt center high. So right now it's like, all right, if I jump 7 feet, I'm already automatically in. But if I jump 7 feet without no scratches, I can still also go to nationals. But I can scratch at 7 feet. Like I didn't clear 7 feet, I can still go to nationals without no scratches. And I'm getting out at 6'10". It's a height I always cleared throughout the season. I was very consistent with that. It was just that day I couldn't really clear it. On my third attempt, it was done. It was mostly, I guess, my air mechanics and just me timing it down. But my approach and my J was all right. So that was the end of my season right there. And I ended up getting 16th out of 48 people that went to regionals. So 48 people qualify for regionals, only 12 go to nationals. And I ended up being 16th. I was only 4 spots away from going to a track event, championships, nationals, something everybody's gonna see you, jump, I missed it by 4 spots behind. And if I had just cleared 6'10", on my first shot, I would have been in. That's the event. That's how high I always clear with one. It only took one try, but yeah, I'm just like, all right, I was very upset. I kind of started beating myself down about it. you know, Coach G's already seen it. She's like, bro, like I used to be like that. I understand how you feel. Like being, like for you to be so close, but yet so far. And yeah, it's just like, all right, this is gonna feel me now. This experience is gonna feel me. Just knowing how to handle all that pressure. To at least make it to nationals or be a national qualifier, be All-American, you know. Yeah, it was a very good experience, honestly. Yeah, met a lot of people. And it was just, yeah, it was great. I talked too long.
Man, you speak about experience. There is no time limit on your experience and your memory, and you going through explaining in detail what happened. It's a story.
It's a story.
That's why people tune in to listen.
Sure. Tune in to my boy Jelly. Yes, sir.
I'm screaming.
You said we call this show again?
Huh?
Have we called this show again?
Open Jar.
Open Jar. I messed with that.
Yeah, everything coming out. So how does that feel being only 4 spots away, but knowing you went through all these trials and tribulations this year? For those of y'all who don't know, don't really pay attention to the track community too much. Bethune-Cookman's head coach left early on in the middle of the cross country season. So, and then having to go through a coaching change, a whole new coaching staff almost for some spots, new high jump coach for sure. How does that?
She was my long jump coach. She did long jump and triple. She didn't really coach in high jump, but she was there.
Well, you had Eden though.
Yeah.
You still had Eden, but
yeah, I still a little bit.
Instead of the last coach who left the.
Oh yeah, Coach Lewis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How going through that, it has to feel nice knowing, all right, now you're in the portal, now knowing that you have the chance of getting better coaching. How much more confident do you feel about going to your chances of going to nationals next year?
Honestly, I feel very confident. I'm gonna say it. I feel like, you know, things will change, but there's gonna be more and more kids out there. There's gonna be way more transferring to different schools. The upcoming like freshmen that's gonna be here. They're probably gonna show a whole lot of talent like how they did this year too. I say just being in a different environment. I feel like if I do get the right coaching, like, you know, when I get the right coaching with high jump, it's going to be like, I already been here before. So I've already been at regionals before. So I kind of know what to expect. I kind of know what needs to be done to reach that level, you know. I just believe like if I can come into terms and, you know, use what I know, feel me, like for, I'll say like the fall training when it's like hard days, you know, you're running and you're trying to get yourself conditioned, like when hard nights, you just know, like you can remember that moment, how I felt when I know I could have made nationals this year, but I didn't do it, and that can feel me from my training. And I feel like that will like help me be more of a better athlete, and with the new coaching staff and new resources, and it should allow me to make it to nationals. So you gotta have the right mindset though.
Mindset is always, oof. A lot of people don't realize that. I'm glad you brought that up. Mm-hmm. Mindset is really key when it comes to track and field. That it's a lot of you versus you, because practice, only you can gauge how hard you're going to really at practice. I mean, the coach can estimate. You want to get down? Okay. Oh, you just chilling. But only the coaches can really, probably for sure know, because from your PRs, and even then, nobody knows if you're going to fall out in the race.
True. So, yeah.
But you usually, your pride's going to take over. especially when you know you could be making, Lord knows, sponsors and everything, NIL deals or whatever. If you really just run and make it big, you never know how much money you make. But anyways, that's besides the point right now. But yeah, it's mindset over everything. Mind over matter. High jump, the weight room. It's just you. It's more of an individual sport, knowing that you can't really blame nobody else. Nobody's except like relays. That's about the only thing that's team-wise on track and field, and the overall national team championship. When you get an actual ring. But besides that, it's individual.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I feel like if you don't have a good mindset if you don't got a good mindset, I feel like you're probably like gonna be lost in a way. I feel like you need that mindset to keep you going, and just knowing your goals. Like, my mindset, I'm gonna accomplish this goal. If I want a PR, hey, we're gonna progress. We're gonna PR. Yeah, it's just like, I believe a mindset of going into it, because you can just, like, I had teammates that just went to practice, they didn't really take the sport serious, and then just their mindset was not there. So I was like, if you don't have really good, like, if you don't have a mindset at all, like, why try to do the sport? Just have a mindset of what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, and go move forward. Because if you really want to take the sport serious, you want to go to the next level with it, you gotta have a good mindset, regardless. Yes, sir.
For the up and coming youngsters, youngins, what y'all call them? What are little jits?
Them little jits. That's what we call them in Florida. Yes, sir.
What kind of advice would you have for them, the ones that want to start doing high jump? Like me.
Oh, my event for high jump. So, tips and advice if you want to start. High jump is I'll tell you this. High jump, it can be just all running up and jumping up. But once you get older, and then when it becomes way more competitive, it gets more technical. High jump is a very technical event. One of the most technical events in the track field, I would say. Like, you have pole vault and all, but you got the 400-meter hurdles. That's very technical, but high jump is
that's
more
endurance.
400-meter hurdles, yeah, it's endurance.
That's endurance. Them 110's technical because that's 42 inches you're going.
Yeah, you got to do 40. You gotta know what you're saying.
But
I say 110 hurdles.
Back to your
high jump. High jump is very technical. You gotta basically there's a lot going into it. But one thing I'll say, the most important thing with high jump is your approach. And I'll say running up to the bar and jumping up. The way you run, the way you turn your head, everything starts on the approach, and then everything will work itself out with your air mechanics. You have to learn all that. So if you do have a really good approach, you're bound to jump really high, and you'll be probably higher than you think you can jump. And you'll see a significant difference is if you just run up to the bar straight up like a full player and you just try to go up. You feel me? But for my little jits, right now, tip advice I can give is do not ever give up on high jump. Like, if you keep missing the bar, don't give up on it. And once you do, and once you finally clear that high you wanted to clear, it's a really good feeling. It's like a new level you unlocked. It's like, yo, I really unlocked this level. But high jump, I always see it as levels too.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel me? When you're 10, you gotta go high. You unlock a new level. Either you stay on the level or you go higher. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Alright, so what's one of your favorite drills for high jump?
Favorite drills? One of my favorite drills right
not
now.
just in college, growing up wise.
Growing up wise?
Always just loved whenever it was time to do.
Well, so I've been doing
besides jump offs.
Besides jump off, my favorite drill. I don't really have a lot of favorite drills because it's a lot of. For you to like high jump, I think you gotta like want to do backflips. Cause you gotta do a backflip over a bar, basically. You just land. You just gonna land on your back. But a lot growing up, what I realized I was not really doing, and I think this is where I got like my hops. It was just I'll do a lot of cherry pops. We call them cherry hops. In Florida, we call them cherry hops when you just jump up. And I used to do that raw in the house. So I think that's like what brought up my balance. Like me just being very active as a kid, because I couldn't really go outside. I was just in clothes. I always thought I was gonna be like a basketball player. I'm not gonna lie. So I was just jumping up. But yeah, it'd be different. But shoot,
you short.
Huh?
For basketball, you short. You tall.
I'm tall for track.
Dude.
I'm tall for track.
When we start talking about basketball,
yeah,
them boys be.
You gotta be 6'3" and up.
And it don't be looking like it when they be by each other. Like
some of them like
KD huge.
Yeah.
That man almost 7 foot. If he probably is 7 foot. Let's be real. Let's get a remeasurement on KD. I want that, please.
KD 7 foot. We don't care. I'll say he's like 6'8".
KD.
Is he taller than LeBron? He's definitely 7 foot or 6'10". Because LeBron's 6'9", so it gotta be. Yeah, I'll be jumping over LeBron. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do 6'10". I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you were trying to say you could jump with LeBron, like basketball wise. Like,
oh no! Oh.
It's like, please don't do that to yourself.
Oh, I don't want to know. That's a suicide.
But yeah. So the portal. Let's get on that. Well, not even that. Just your decision entering the portal. What was like the biggest for them? Like, you say the final show was probably Coop, or just you felt like your time here with the facilities and everything, like just the way everything was. So, it was time for upgrade.
Kind of just alright. So I'm gonna just start freshman year. I kind of knew what's up. We came here. Bethune has no track. I was pretty surprised. I was like, "Where's the track?" I was like, "I don't got one." I was like, "All right, cool," but I was still very prepared. Where we only had, they finally they built a strip years ago, but it's been what we've been practicing on. And with me, I kind of always knew I was gonna transfer eventually, because my mindset was just, all right, just spend a year or two, and we'll just leave. But I made a lot of friends and memories, and I was like, all right, I'm probably gonna stay. You know, I'm probably gonna just chill and stay. So I decided to stay one more year. With Bethune, come back. Next, just a lot of things went down. This coming fall, Coop, one of the coaches that actually recruited me, Coach Coop, he left to go to South Carolina State. And it was very tempting to go follow him, or it was very tempting to, when that portal hits in December, you're in there, and then you could just see, basically you can see you see if you want to hit the portal or not. And that's when the assistant coach from then became the head coach, Coach Mike, came in, took over, and I just knew I had to leave in a way. I just knew, like, all right, this is definitely gonna be my last season. And it's not because any situation that happened or did, but I kind of knew, like, Bethune was doing the opposite work for me a little bit, and I feel like if I stay here, I'm gonna stay stationary. Like, I'm gonna stay the same.
I'm doing a disservice to yourself.
basically.
Understandable.
But it'll be slow progress. But I feel like I am ready for the level above. You know, we're all on the same level, but I'm ready for like
your next level.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's levels to it.
It's levels to it, yeah.
It's like you have levels to it.
It has levels to it. I feel like I'm ready to go to the next level.
Yeah, each time you
Just climbing. I'm ready to climb up. My choices from going to the transportal doesn't dictate like if I hate the school or not. Like I love the school. You know, the school has it's an HBCU experience. I'll give you that. It was an HBCU experience. And I kind of needed to know that because I didn't even know in high school. I didn't even know about anything about HBCUs until I came to Bethune, and I had to learn that. And it was really fun learning all that and our backstory about how our school got created, made, all that. And I just learned the other HBCUs. That just became real. And it's just like, all right, cool. Like I'm learning a lot. Just being here. So I had a lot of people help me. School-wise, boom.